Yeah. That's how you start it off right there, baby. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Make the Right Play. As always, I got the coach here on my left. I got your buoy, as you saw, behind the camera, making everything work for us, making everything sound great for us. Shout out your buoy and your buoy media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. And it's a crazy, crazy day. It's been a whirlwind. I think, there was miscommunication on my fault completely about the Knicks game. As everybody knows, the Knicks NBA Finals starts tonight. Knicks game 1. Mm-hmm. And, I had made a comment that we weren't going to do the show because we didn't want to compete with the Knicks, and there was a miscommunication there, and it's on me. But anyway, we're here. We're live. We're doing the show. We're going to simulcast against the Knicks, and we'll see how we do. But, Coach, it's been a crazy week yet again for us at the Villa House. And, what's going on, Coach? How are you?
Let's just say I'm happy that May's over. June's energy is a little bit better, but May went out with a bang.
Definitely a little bit better. Definitely a little bit better.
Should I start, or do you want to start? I'll start.
You start, I think, because you always have interesting stories to tell, and then we'll go into my fun, exciting story.
So my husband and I were looking forward to trying to relax on Saturday.
Yeah.
And, Presley was leaving. So we're like, let's try to go to the beach. Let's spend some quality time together. So it's about 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah,
and I'm like, Scott, coffee? Because my husband, he's like a great coffee. He makes such delicious coffee. So we're about to get up, have coffee,
House barista, Scott Villa.
He is.
Yes.
So we're gonna do a nice little leisurely morning, and Olivia goes to take the dogs out because we're thinking maybe we'll go to the beach.
Yeah. And
she calls, and she goes, Dad, there's an animal in Carlos's car. And Scott's like, what? Dad, and then she starts crying. Literally. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, let me get up, go. I put my robe on, and, we jump out of bed. And then I'm like, Carlos, wake up. There's a puppy in your car. Wake up. Why do you have an animal in your car? And Carlos is like, what? There's an animal in my car? Comes running down the stairs in his underwear.
Yep.
Take it away.
What a pass off there. Yeah. I got woken up Saturday morning after a long night of work, and the first thing I hear is I'm getting yelled at for having an animal in my car, and I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no animal in my car. What do you mean? And sure enough, your buoy, let's go quickly here to clip 15. We had a new member of the family here joining the Villa family bright and early on Saturday morning, and I still can't believe it. Here, it says everybody. Joining the family Saturday morning, bright and early at 7 a.m. and she has been a handful ever since. She's awesome. She's the best. I love her so much. But the coach wakes me up. I run out there in my underwear, no shirt,
in his underwear, just in front of the whole neighborhood.
Ran right out there, scooped her up.
This isn't the days like when we lived in Connecticut. We were high on the hill. You could be on your underwear in front of the house. This is street level Florida living.
Street level, yeah.
Well, and everybody has a ring, so who knows?
Breakfast and a show for those people. I'm sure they loved it. But I sprinted out there because you hear that there's a living animal in your car. I'm like, what is going on? And sure enough, there she was, paws up on the back windowsill of my Jeep. Because if Jeep owners know, you could take the back windows off of your car and then the back window of the roof. So I had my back windows open because I like the fresh air, and there she was. Right in the window.
Well, I thought somebody may have drove and just dumped this dog into your car.
Yeah.
But you think that it was the parade.
Yes, so I think that on Friday night in Pensacola they had the Fiesta Parade, and I think that because of the Fiesta Parade you weren't allowed to park downtown. A lot of the streets were closed off, so I ended up having to park at the Blue Wahoo Stadium, which is a little further west of downtown, and I think somebody must have dropped her in there when I was working at Global Grill, and then sure enough, there she was when I woke up on Saturday morning. She was in the back seat,
wet
soaked.
from the sprinkler.
Right, she got hit with the sprinkler.
To Global Grill to go to work?
Yeah, I had to walk.
Yeah, he had to walk from.
I had to walk from the Wahoos
Yeah, 'cause of
to
the
Global
parade.
Grill because everything's closed. They close everything from, I think it's like Rouge Street, and then all the way past Jefferson. So that whole square is completely blocked. So we have to walk. You have to hoof it.
Let me tell you, Carlos picks up this dog, and she's tiny. It turns
Yeah.
out she's only 5 weeks old. He pulls her out, and she's so small. And he's like, "What?" And he goes scurrying in the house, and we're just standing there in disbelief.
Yeah.
So Carlos was holding her, I was holding her, and then my son Presley held her,
Yep.
and he goes, "Oh, she has some bugs."
Yeah, she had some bugs. Well, please.
So
I mean,
she was an abandoned dog.
Yeah.
So right away, Carlos gives the dog a bath. Presley, but Presley's usually the dog whisperer of the family, so he's helping. So it's a good thing that he was home.
It was a good thing. I used his expertise and took his advice, and I acted from there. And I
we
needed
were on
it.
the phone all morning calling different vets to bring her to the vet because we wanted to make sure that she was okay. What?
Zoe throwing me under the bus there. Zoe gave me a wonderful ride home after work because I'm very lucky. Zoe works right next door to me. She works at Salterra, so it's right next to Global Grill. So she gave me a ride home from work. She's wonderful.
You walked initially.
I walked from the car to
work,
to
but
Global.
then after work you got a ride with your girlfriend.
Yes. Thank you for pointing that important fact out.
Well, so after we, you take the dog to the vet.
Yes.
Let me tell you, the energy in my house has been so stressful ever since this puppy showed up unannounced. Then Max has been throwing up in the house.
He's been
such a
throwing up
nervous
like
wreck.
crazy.
He
So
is
is
such
Nib
a
started
nervous
throwing
wreck.
up too.
Yes. And then what happened is when Presley left for DC at 5 o'clock in the morning, Hotshot was very depressed.
Yeah.
I mean, Presley left. It was about 3. I walked him to the door. Scott drove him.
Right.
And I turn around and there's Hotshot with the saddest face looking at me like, he's leaving again. Like he just looks so sad. So he was depressed. And then the poor baby goes up to Hotshot and is like, "Rah!" And Hotshot like yells at her.
Yeah.
And I felt bad, but then he went and apologized
He did.
Later.
He totally did. He came right up the stairs and
he's been very
apologized.
good since then. He hasn't bothered, he takes a lot, but it has been so, different energy at the villas. Totally different energy.
Yeah,
So
different energy is the right word.
Yeah, it's totally different. So, but
Well,
she's a good
it's a
puppy.
newborn
And
baby.
she's really cute, but you have to really take care of her because she's so young.
Yeah, for sure. She constantly needs supervision, so she's constantly being watched. So that's been, I guess, the biggest change is always needing to be standing over this little baby, watching and making sure that she's okay. I think has been the biggest change.
She was a little lethargic. And then they said, maybe she probably still needs mother's milk. So then you went and you got her the supplement.
Yep.
And now, ever since you got her that supplement, she's been much better.
She's had a ton of energy, which today she was a little bit of a troublemaker for sure. She was all over the house. She constantly was needing to be played with. She had an accident in my room. She's been all over the place.
And you know what the problem is? She's most likely a German Shepherd puppy.
Yeah, German Shepherd something, yeah.
So she's not a lap dog.
No, she's not a lap dog.
So she does not want to be held and be treated like a lap dog.
Yeah.
So it's just annoying because it's you just want to be just lay down, snuggle with me. And she's like, no, I'm not too much of a snuggler. I want to go. I want to teeth. I want to play. Come on, let's go. And then she hops like a bunny around the house.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really cute, but it's been some really different energy ever since she moved in. So that was Saturday. And then my husband looks at me and goes, it's still May.
It's still May.
It's still May.
Yep.
And he's a nervous wreck because my husband's like, I don't want anything to happen to her. So he gets very nervous. It's just, it's been very different.
He
ever
was
since
the
that
human
moment.
version of Max.
Well, at least he wasn't throwing up all over the house.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
Max started throwing up, then Hot Shot started throwing up. So both dogs are throwing up, and it's just been like, ugh.
One thing after the next, it feels
It has
like.
been.
Yeah,
It
totally.
has been
One thing after the next.
And plus, I feel like the energy in the country as a whole is a little weird.
Yeah, I guess. Honestly, to be completely fair, I have not been finger on the beat of what's going on politically wise, just because I've been so stressed out with the dog, and then the Knicks are in the final, and so I'm fired up about the Knicks. And
Well, how
I've
about yesterday when my husband, so Carlos goes, he visits his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So yesterday my husband goes, "You're taking this dog out of the house again? She's so little." And Carlos goes, "She has to see her mother."
She does. She has to go see her mother. That's amen. Amen. That's 100% right. She had to go spend some time with mommy.
Yeah, so I was laughing about it. I was like,
She had to
"Oh,
go.
that's so
She
cute."
has to go spend some time with mommy. So she has. I have to say, she has an absolute blast at Zoe's house, because the dogs are a lot more lively, I would say, at
Well, the
Zoe's
dogs
house.
know she's just visiting. Our dogs knew she was here to stay, Our dogs are like, I don't like this. And then
Yeah.
I think Max is nervous because I think Max is like, I know this dog's going to get big.
Right.
And Max is like about 7-8 pounds.
Max could feel it, like, oh boy,
Yeah,
like
I think Max is a little bit
we're
nervous.
in for one here
He's
with
totally
this dog.
nervous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just been so crazy, and then I started my podcast in the morning.
Yeah, so let's talk about your show, right? You're doing a daily show every morning, right?
And
Smile,
it's
don't
not
you know
good
God
like this.
You know,
It's not
it's
good quality.
It's good
I look
quality.
like I'm
That's
kinda-
bullshit. It's good
It's-
quality, and she's got a good microphone. It's good stuff. She just doesn't like to give herself credit, but it's a good show. Your first show was fantastic. I actually got to listen to that one. It's a little tough because it's right in the middle of my morning meetings, but
Yeah.
it's a good show, and I think the most important thing about your show is that it's such a what's the right word for it? It's such a good tool for helping people through whatever it is they're going through, right? Like if they know that somebody's actively praying for them and trying to talk to them and be there for them, that's huge. And some people need that, because there's a lot of people out there that don't have family, that don't have friends, that don't have resources. So being able to have that and say like, oh, can you please pray for me? I'm going through X, Y, and Z. And then you can, say a prayer on the show, and they know like it's for real. Like it's not somebody just, blowing smoke up your ass. So it's I think it's good. I think it's a really good concept. And I think it could go somewhere.
I kind of stole my grandmother's concept, because my grandmother every day used to start her day with, we're going to pray for this person, they're going through this. We're going to pray for that. So we would have like a whole list of people that we were praying for all through the day. So that's what the show is about.
Yeah.
So it's like, if anybody has any prayer intentions, we, go through them and we pray and we talk about things that people are going through. We'll touch on the news a little bit because like we might pray for peace,
Right.
But, that's something that I want, is where every day you start your day with prayer.
I think
it's
that's huge.
intentional.
I think that's huge. I'm telling you, I think, like we were talking about in the car right here, honestly, like you have so many people that are just like kind of trapped at home, especially as they get older, right? The older generation, you're kind of just stuck at home. This is what you're doing. You're watching those dog shit, jewelry store shows where they're buying the jewelry off the TV. Remember they made that funny South Park about that? That's a great episode of South Park. Oh, unbelievably funny. But, so it's like, oh, like, why don't you join me for coffee this morning and we can pray together?
Yeah.
People will enjoy that. I think that's a concept that people are like, oh, you know what? That's not bad. I'll tune in on that. Especially the older generation, for sure. It's
Well,
much
the
better than
younger
watching
generation-
fucking Morning Joe.
Let me tell you, I have a lot of young people, Gen Z, who are very suicidal.
Yeah.
They're very suicidal.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
they're like, I just, I had one person say they wish they had the rapture coming.
Wow.
I didn't get, but like they're suicidal, they're depressed.
Yeah.
They don't like adulting. Like, they're like, is this what life is all about? I'm an adult. And it's like, yeah, adulting kind of sucks.
Right. Just working all day.
Like-
Puppies showing up in your car. It's unbelievable.
Where can we find your podcast?
Oh, I'm on X and YouTube and X
You're
and
on the
Rumble.
Make the Right Play account.
Yes,
Like it's broadcasted
yes.
on the Make the Right Play channel. So if you're watching, tune in. It's on the Make the Right Play channel on YouTube and on Rumble. So it's on our actual pages. And then it's on your personal X account. So
Yes,
if you
personal X.
follow her on X, at Lisan Villa, very basic, very easy.
Yeah, just my name.
And you could watch it there as well if you're watching an X viewer. Did you pray for the Knicks this morning?
I did not pray for the Knicks. I prayed for a lot of depressed
Unbelievable.
people. I prayed for a lot of sick family members. We had some gratitude prayers, which were nice.
Right, the gratitude for the Knicks.
We also prayed for the poor people in Lebanon because of everything that they're going through.
Yeah.
You know, we prayed for them. I mean, it's just, I don't know, Carlos. I have to say, I feel like the days are just going faster.
You mentioned that. You mentioned that earlier, that you felt that time was speeding up a little bit.
I feel like it's speeding up.
For me, I feel that time speeds up at different points of the year. I feel like there's certain like times, like when you're either there's an anticipation of things happening, or if like there's certain things going on, and yeah, then you kind of feel like time's moving a little bit faster. But I don't know. For sometimes I'm like slugging.
I feel like time is just going so fast. It really feels sped up. Like, I feel like I'm having coffee with your father, and before you know it, it's the afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like everything starts to become a blur. I feel like there's so much to do, and I can't get through everything. Like, I have all these things in front of me, and I keep working, and I keep trying to get through stuff, and I just can't.
Yeah.
It's like I've never felt that way, where I just like haven't been able to just sit and be like,
Yeah.
everything's done. Everything on my to-do list, I can just chill out. Time to light the candles.
It's funny. I totally agree with that, because there's times too where like I feel like the day just goes by so fast, and then it almost feels like you don't have any time to rest. It's like you're not getting any, like there's no time for like to actually just like decompress a little bit. Like it's like always like go 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 go. Like and they're like you are decompressing, but like just I feel like sometimes the body has trouble, like really just like kind of decompressing and getting that rest, and like actually being able to rejuvenate. Like see, like Bowie needs that because he's dying behind the camera. But I mean, like like you kind of need that sense of just like we gotta kind of just completely decompress, and I think bed days help for sure, but sometimes I feel like it's just like then you lay in bed for the day and you get up and your body is like almost like in a worse state because you had that bad day.
I even told your father that. I go, sometimes I feel like relaxing is worse. Remember the commercial? A body in motion stays in motion.
Right.
And a body at rest stays at rest.
100%.
But it's like I'm trying to rest like Saturday, and all of a sudden a puppy shows up on my driveway.
Right.
And in my house, and it has bugs, and it's a baby.
And it needs
I'm
to go
a
to the
nervous
vet,
wreck, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
emergency,
I really want this baby to live. And
well, it's living.
it is. Well, she is looking so good.
Yeah,
Just
she's
a few
living good.
days, and
She's
you've
living
really
good.
been doing a good job. But I also feel that people had an anticipation by this time of year. Like last year, I was like, okay, the 250th birthday, the country's coming.
Yeah.
It's going to be so exciting. The summer's going to come. I think people are depressed too, because we really didn't expect this. I think people expected the economy to be better.
Correct.
I think people expected no wars.
Yep.
I think people expected the 250th birthday of the nation to be a time of celebration.
Totally.
But instead, I think people are just down. They're
I
down
mean,
in the
I don't know how
dumps.
you could really be up. I mean, honestly, like you're spending $4 plus on gas. The groceries are expensive. I mean,
And
yesterday.
Carlos, it's such a manipulation.
It's
Because
totally
listen to this.
manipulation.
So I went to 6 o'clock mass, right? 6:30 mass.
6:30 a.m.
I'm driving
mass.
to mass. The gas is $3.66. Right? That's 6 o'clock in the morning, around there. Then I take my daughter to practice. It's in the afternoon, let's say 1:30. The gas is now up to $4.09. Then we come back to make the right play. The gas is down to $3.89. I have never in my whole life had 3 different gas prices in one day. Seriously, tell me in the chat, have you ever had it go from $3.66 to $4.09 to $3.89
It's a
in one
consistent
day?
fluctuation. It's a consistent fluctuation.
There is such a manipulation going on. And it's like, it feels like as if we know we're the ones who are getting taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't leave. It's like we know we're being taken advantage of all the time. They're manipulating the stock market. The manipulation's on your face. So you're like, oh my gosh, if I see gas here, do I need to pull over to the side of the road and fill up really quick? Because by noon, it could be up over $4. But then, in the evening, it could go back down. And it's just, how do you plan for that?
You can't plan for it. But then, like I said, people like ran to the gas station and the gas station ran out of gas.
That's crazy.
Because everybody was like, I need to take advantage of this, 366, and then with 10 cents off, if you're a Circle K member, then it's 356. So people are like, I got to take advantage of that, and then they take all the gas, and then the gas station's out.
Well, listen, it could be worse. Booey, let's go to video number 4 because it could be worse.
It could be worse. This was bad. Oh, fell right in. Look at this. Imagine you're just walking. Oh, yeah. That's.
Oh my god.
That is just tough living right there. Yeah, that's tough living. Can you imagine just going for a walk and then you just eat it like that?
Let me tell you, on my podcast on Monday.
Yeah.
So I go through the internet a little while I'm doing the podcast just to see if there's any news that people need to see.
Right.
There were these men in Brooklyn. They all look like they're military or CIA. I'm telling you, these men were trained, all popping out of the manhole.
Oh, really?
In Brooklyn. So I'm watching this and I'm like, these guys are trained. They're up to something. And
Now,
I just hope that they're not going to do
Could they be like, New York, what is it? Sewage workers?
Absolutely not. They
climbing
look
out of
like
there?
military.
Like
The way
military?
they walked, and believe me, living down here now,
Ninja
you
Turtle?
know when you see, it wasn't a Ninja Turtle. You know when you see a military person, they walk differently. Their bodies look differently. They all had on the same kind of outfit.
Yeah.
They didn't look like Al Qaeda. They didn't look like a hoodlum.
It didn't look like Al Qaeda.
No, they didn't. They look like, what do they call them? G-men?
G.I. Joe?
Like what is the term? Like when it's an FBI type guy. Like there's like a term for them. My mother
What
used to always
term
say
for
the term.
them?
There was a term. It used to be on As the World Turns. Carly used to always call Jack this term. I can't remember.
Really? I don't remember.
Yeah, the term for like
Liar?
Carly was the liar. Jack
Carly
was
was the liar.
always such a good old boy. Jack was always a good old boy. Carly was a liar. I'll never forget when one day I'm like, oh man, I wonder if Jack is going to take Carly back. You were like 2.5, not even 3 years old. You go, Jack can't take Carly back. I said, why not? And she lies.
As the world turns.
Yeah, that was it. And I was like, maybe I should stop watching this show.
One of the best soap operas ever made. It's a good show.
But
Good
I think it's called the G-Man, right?
The
Or-
G-Man? I don't know. What do you got over there, you Bowie? You're looking it up? Because it's fake.
It's not fake. We should call Nona. She would know.
Fran, live on the air. What is the term for an FBI agent? Give her a call. Let's see if she
I'm
picks
not
up.
calling her right now.
That'd be fun. No, you don't want to do it?
You really want to call my mother?
Yeah, let's
do you know
do
what
it.
a mess it
right
would
on
be
the,
right
right
now?
on the show. I think it'd be wildly entertaining. How about this? You brought up Al Qaeda.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the problem that we're in, right? And this is a problem that a lot of people are facing. Trump is doing such a bad job. It's really awful. The state of the Republican Party and the MAGA, like it's such a special
there's
agent.
There's another nickname.
Call Fran. Let's call her.
No, I'm not going to call him. No.
That would be so good for the viewer. Why it would be legendary. So what was I saying?
We should have Megyn Kelly explain what's
all right,
going
let's
on.
talk. If that's what you want to talk about, we can talk about that. So, everybody doesn't really know what the state of the Republican Party is in right now in MAGA, right? MAGA is kind of just this hole that is wildly changing. So let's take a listen here to the Sean Ryan show, and Megyn Kelly and Sean Ryan have a conversation about what the state of MAGA looks like here. Let's go clip 7, you buoy.
There is, what's core MAGA now?
I have no idea.
I think I know. Trump has said from the beginning, and he's
Pedophile supporting Israeli lobby? I have no idea.
need a different acronym. The problem for Trump now is that he has defined MAGA literally to those who agree with Mark Levin. If you don't agree with Mark Levin, you're not MAGA, which means you must be a neocon whose main issue is what's in the best interest of Israel. And that defines MAGA down to nothing. It's a nub. So what's that? It's not large. It's not important. It's not cool. It's not appealing to young people. It has no future. Much like Mark Levin himself, it's old, it's angry, and it's dying.
Fuck Mark Levin.
You hate Mark
I
Levin.
hate that guy. I really do. I hate Mark Levin. Mark Levin is the pain in my side, in my existence. Every time I open up X, I instantly see Mark Levin. Every time.
I never see
Every
him.
time.
He never shows up on my feed ever.
He shows up on the Make the Right Play feed every day.
Really?
Every day. I open it up. First
We
thing I
probably
see
have more viewers
is
than
that
him.
fucking guy. I can't stand Mark Levin.
We
I really
probably have
can't.
more viewers than Mark Levin.
No, Mark Levin rakes in cash because Trump
he's
says
a special
go
agent.
listen to Mark Levin. So people go and then they listen to Mark
They
Levin.
say he has the lowest rated show on Fox.
He's
the lowest.
dog shit. He's dog shit, but he somehow is always on the air because he just kisses whoever's ass he has to kiss next. He is the worst. I can't stand that guy.
Is that they're used to having their propaganda, and it has worked for years. But the problem is that they overplayed their hands with COVID. And then, no, they totally did, because a lot of people who went straight in on COVID and believed everything that the government was saying, now they're like, you know what? They lied. It didn't come from a wet market. That was developed in a lab. You know what? They lied. That vaccine really didn't do shit because people went and got the vaccine and they still ended up getting COVID.
Yeah, or worse.
Like they really cashed in a lot of lies. A lot of lies. So what happens is that when you're the boy who calls wolf, people stop believing you. Yeah, the boy who cries wolf. People stop believing you. So what happened is that people believed Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They believed he was going to release the Epstein files. They believed we weren't going to have foreign wars. They believed that the economy was going to get better. And he has become Levin's bitch. Let's be honest.
Levin's bitch.
Trump. Remember we had him. We had when Levin was doing that.
Yeah.
So
the little brother.
Trump is now a shell of a man to most, to MAGA. Like, if you really pay attention to politics, you're like, I figured it out. It's one big uniparty because the Democrats are being pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Because they go along with it too. So we might as well vote for Kamala Harris because Trump is doing everything that Kamala would have done.
Right.
There's nothing different that's going on.
Yeah. 100% agree.
People are so frustrated.
Yep.
However, there are some people with a conscience. So Massey, he gets voted out.
Yeah, Massey gets voted out.
But this woman went after Todd Blanche, and I'm never going to stop talking about the Epstein files. Let's do video number 14, you buoy, please.
This was this morning.
I've been in the room. I have been there. This is what I had to do, to transcribe, to show what is true. What is true is that the president has lied about being on Epstein's plane, and the unredacted files prove that. Mr. Blanche.
You don't want me to answer the question.
Mr. Blanche, as you know, I visited DOJ 3 times for as much as 10 hours, and I'll be going back. Does the Epstein File Transparency Act say that the files should be available to members of Congress with a minder at DOJ, where you're in a secure room, you can't write on any of the binders, you can take your own notes? Is that what the Transparency Act says?
It doesn't require we allow you to come to DOJ at all. We did that on our own.
What does it say in terms of transparency? It says that they should be made publicly available.
And they were.
Am I correct?
And
Publicly
they were.
available.
And they were.
They were.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
They're lying.
Yeah.
They lie all the time. And the thing is thank God there's still a few people who will not let it go, because you cannot have the soul of the nation be sold out where billionaires can literally sexually assault young people, kill people, be a cannibal, be disgusting.
Right.
And that's what's running our country right now. And that's why you wake up and gas is $3.66. You go for lunch, gas is $4.09. And then you go home and it's $3.89, because these bastards are manipulating the stock market. And we are living in hell right now. Because instead of the president atoning and repenting and saying, we have some evil people
We got some
that
bad
are doing
hombres.
bad things, and we cannot run a country like this. He's like, oh, you know what? If we release the Epstein files, it's going to be so bad for the economy. Guess what? Our economy sucks.
Yeah, the economy's shit anyway, dude.
Let me tell you,
Have you noticed?
you know how people are scared.
Yeah.
And people know that there's going to be a reckoning.
Yep.
So let's go to number 1.
Uh-oh.
Because
Okay.
some people are already preparing an escape plan.
Let's go to clip number 1, coach.
I'm working on an incredible project with my husband in the Mediterranean. It's massive in scale.
I think that's an understatement. Can you explain?
Yes, it is. It is.
There's no
very-
power on this island. You're building everything from scratch. Correct.
Well, it's an unbelievable,
like a pussy.
beautiful 1,400 hectare private island in the middle of the Mediterranean. We were on a friend's boat and we stopped for a swim. Effectively, that's how we found it. We swam to the island. We went on a hike, barefoot all the way up to the top, and we were just captivated. And it stayed with us ever since. And
Daddy, I want an island. I want an island. Like, what happens when you have too much Versailles? I want an island now. And it's not just in the Mediterranean. It's part of Albania. Okay? It's part of Albania, and it is a preserve. And let me tell you something. I live in Pensacola, Florida, where we have it where normal people get to go and enjoy the beach.
Right.
When I lived in Connecticut, the most elitist, snobby place, if you didn't have the money, honey, your ass was not going near that beach. Maybe at best in Branford, they had the little harbor where all the boats used to dump their shit.
Yeah,
so like
called
sometimes
Branford
you'd be
Point.
in the town harbor, Branford Point, and the shit would be floating right by next to you.
Yeah.
And that's where the regular people went to swim. Here in Pensacola, the beach is open for all the people to enjoy.
That's
it's
true.
Beautiful. It's accessible, right?
Yeah.
So now this little witch and her demon husband, because she would like an island, and they're gonna go and buy this natural preserve that belongs to Albania, not this cute little island. She acts like as if it was like your puppy in the Jeep. It was the puppy in the Jeep in the trunk or whatever, right? That's what this island. And then we just went swimming and we discovered it. We discovered it. Right? She's acting like as if they were in a boat
And then
they
they planted a
discovered this
flag
island.
there.
Yeah, like give me a break, you little witch. So then let's show what's happening in number 3 in Albania because of these billionaires.
Yep. They're getting fired up, coach. They're getting fired up. The protests are beginning.
Yeah.
Because they can't have a bunch of billionaires buying up all their land. And they know it.
They know it.
They know it.
Because you know what it is? They have so much money now.
Yeah.
The billionaires have so much money now
Right.
that if they can't take it by blowing it up, they're going to just pay people off and buy it.
Yeah.
And people are getting sick of it. There's a 2-tier judicial system, and now it's a natural preserve that's supposed to be for everybody. But now Jared Kushner wants it. He takes the Albanian president out to eat, and you're sure, he's probably like dropping a couple of billion because they got it like that. And guess who he
Not a
went
big
with?
deal.
Guess who he was with when he saw that wasn't Ivanka's not going to tell the whole truth. Guess who he was with when he discovered that island?
Who was he with, coach?
A Rothschild.
Oh, and you love the
A
Rothschild.
Rothschild.
That's your people.
Because I saw the other video, but I can't even look at it. That I said, no, I can't send this to Carlos because I can't see this man. So the thing is that they're getting smart because they're like, you know what, bunkers are not going to be good enough.
Right.
Because the people who built the bunkers are going to come kill our ass and be like, oh, it's the end of the world. We're getting you
We're gonna
out of the
take this-
bunker.
yeah.
We're going to bring our family there, right? So now they're like, we need to buy private islands. And then for the people who are really rich, but they're not quite billionaires, let's go to video number 2, you buoy. This is where they are moving to.
Oh my gosh, this was unbelievable. I couldn't believe this when you sent it to me. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a glorious city on the water that will be able to hold 80,000 people on its ship.
It's like an actual community. It's a community on like you go and you move there and you live on this ship. You know why? Because that's for the rich people preparing for when they F up the entire planet and have nuclear bombs everywhere. That's where the elite people are gonna go. They're gonna be on their ship. At Carmen and Barry. Because Carmen and Barry, they don't know they have the gold card. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Carmen and Barry are gonna show up with all the other billionaires.
And be like, "We're
Barry's
here."
gonna be like, I have a joke. Hey, have you heard this joke? Have you heard that joke?
Yeah, he's going to joke his way right onto that boat.
But seriously.
80,000 people on the water.
And they have it set up where it's like an actual residential area.
Yeah.
Like if you got dropped into the middle of that boat, you wouldn't think you're on a boat.
Coach, they want to build a 12,000 seat stadium on that boat.
How bad is that for the economy? Because
And
the
it's-
cruise ships are the worst.
And it's only going to stay in international water. It's never going to dock. And like
it doesn't dock.
It's crazy.
Self-sustaining. They probably have a room for a farm on that thing
Yeah.
too. I mean, it really is so disgusting.
It's really unbelievable. I mean when I saw that video, I was just like, how could anybody, especially with like all the stuff going on with the cruise ship, like the hantavirus. Remember the big scare 2 weeks ago, the hantavirus. Like, but you want to go live on a cruise with 80,000 people all combined? Like that's what your plan is? Are you kidding me?
That just gave me hope.
Right,
That
put
just
them all
gave me
there
hope that maybe they'll all catch the hantavirus.
with a little hantavirus action on that boat and be like, thanks for coming.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't prepare for everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably have a place, a satanic temple on that boat too.
Oh,
They
the
just didn't
satanic
show
temple,
it on
yes,
the,
Coach.
I mean, it's just so annoying, Carlos. It's so annoying.
It is frustrating.
You know what
It
I
is
mean?
frustrating. It's just such a disparity of wealth, and they flaunt it right in your face, and they just show you like, what's up, you peasant?
And the thing is that for years, they lied to us about the green energy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to feel guilty for having an SUV so that my kids could be comfortable in the car because we were driving like 4 hours a day, going to hockey, going to football, going to dance, going to this, going to that. Like,
Yeah.
I needed a car to be comfortable in because I was literally driving from the minute you kids got out of school until about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. Then it got later as you got older with the hockey, right?
Right.
And they would be like, you're such a horrible person not getting a tiny car.
The
You and your
Prius, clean
SUV.
energy.
You horrible person in your SUV. Oh, well, now I don't hear anything about the environment with the whole AI centers anymore, right?
Yeah, with the big data centers in your face all over the place.
Out the window.
Yeah, nobody
And
gives a
now,
shit about that.
Entire communities built on the water.
Yeah.
What kind
It's
of
true.
carbon footprint does that make? So these people are so
An
full
absurd
of crap.
amount, an absurd carbon footprint. That's the problem, right? And that's where I was kind of going with earlier is that we're in a position where it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you supposed to do in this situation? You can't really choose either party because it's like you can either pick the party where the guy is living through it for Israel and he's going to do everything to protect the Israelis and screw over the American people to do it and protect all these pedophiles and it's awful, or you can go for the party that just nominated an actual Al-Qaeda terrorist to be a U.S. Congressperson nominee in the state of New Jersey. Like, are you kidding me?
Well-
Like, you have a full communist in New York City, and then it's like you go down south 50 miles and it's Al-Qaeda is gonna be your representative in the community.
Well, you know what? New Jersey better be careful because Israel is blowing up Lebanon because in one building, maybe somebody from Hezbollah's in there, so they need to kill everybody in the building, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to go after New Jersey? Because I'm sure
They may have to blow up
in the
New
state of
Jersey.
New Jersey, there must be somebody who might be Hezbollah there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, this guy is literally Al-Qaeda, and he's going to be,
Carlos.
he's going to be the representative.
But are you surprised? Honestly, I wasn't surprised. I said, didn't we just have the MK Ultra guy who used to be Al Qaeda is now the head of Syria? That Trump was spraying him with the Trump cologne or the Trump perfume. Remember
that he's the
guy?
president of Syria now.
Right?
He was like one of the
Al-Qaeda.
most wanted people.
So now let's go to video number 6, you buoy, because wait till you see this guy.
Dr. Adam Hamawi knew radical preacher Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman, listened to his sermons, and translated a document for him.
When I met that man over 30 years ago, he was a well-known cleric in the community.
The Sheikh's preachings at the time were radical. Later, he was put on trial as a terrorist leader. Hamawi was called by the Sheikh's defense.
I was in the military before that happened, in the military during that time.
That time was the 1990s, and that man was blind Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman. He was later convicted of helping to plot terror attacks, from trying to bomb the Holland and Lincoln tunnels, the UN, and a plot to kill then U.S. Republican Senator Al D'Amato. The Sheikh was also linked to the first Trade Center bombing, where 6 people were killed and more than 1,000 were injured. In our interview, Hamawi says he regrets his past contact with the Sheikh, and as a doctor and former military man, Hamawi condemns the Sheikh's past calls for terrorist violence.
I absolutely regret and I condemned what happened, but everyone was surprised. I mean, this was not, this was not something anyone expected.
Not something that anybody expected. Coach, you were there the first Trade Center bombing.
I was actually on either the A or the E train underneath. And I was so frustrated because I had to run to John Jay to go register for some classes, and I was on my lunch break. So I'm like rushing back, and we're sitting in the tunnel, and we're sitting in the tunnel, and we're sitting in the tunnel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are we ever going to get out of the tunnel?
Yeah.
And then the train leaves and starts going back uptown. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why are we going back uptown? And then they were like, everybody get off the train. So I get off the train and I see like all the cop cars and all the emergency vehicles. And I was such a stupid ass. It was right across the street from the World Trade Center. Then I am with my backpack walking right following the emergency vehicles, not like running the other way, going with them. I get to the office, they're like, oh my gosh, they tried to blow up the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was in the office that I found out.
Right.
And I was like, man, that sucks. So then later on, I visited.
That sucks.
And then I visited my boyfriend, Scott Villa. He was living in New Jersey. And where was the train? In the World Trade Center. So literally, they tried to blow it up the same day I'm catching the train. In the building, they just tried to blow up.
Yep.
Because love conquers all.
What a New York City story right there. That's a total New York City story. Yeah, and then I went right into the building that they blew up. And I got on the train.
But I must have been 19 years old. Like 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah.
I think 19. Like I was young and stupid. You know what I mean? Like I was a young girl.
Yeah, because what year was it? 1980 something?
1991 or 1991.
Okay. The first, the first World Trade Center bombing?
1993. Like it was in the early 90s. Maybe 1993, like that January.
Yeah, 93.
Yeah, so I didn't turn 20 until October of 1993.
Yep.
So I was still 19 years old, so I had no problem
going
Scott
walking
Villa,
love.
love, love.
Love. Scott Villa.
Love,
getting blown
Scott.
up.
But I mean, are we really surprised? And let me ask you this. You have to choose. Do you want the pedophile, satanic, worshiping cannibals who eat babies, or do you want Al-Qaeda?
Okay.
Which one? We have a choice.
Or Al-Qaeda.
This is where we are in this country.
Al-Qaeda
it's
communists.
Like you go to the ballot box and you're like, do I want the satanic cult who eats children, rapes children, they don't get arrested for anything, they insider trade all day, or do I want Al-Qaeda?
The communist Al-Qaeda.
I gotta be honest, I think I'd be voting for Al-Qaeda. That's who I would be voting for if that was my choice between Al-Qaeda
the two
and the satanic worshippers in D.C. Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda.
I knew it. I've been saying it for weeks. I've been saying that she's Al-Qaeda. She's the Ayatollah.
But look, he's all cleaned up.
I've been saying it for weeks.
And he regrets that decision. Why are we going to give him such a hard time? He regrets the decision. Right? What's the big deal? He said clearly.
What's the big
deal?
deal?
He had on a nice suit. He wasn't wearing the Santa hat that the other sheik was wearing, right?
Yeah.
He had the Santa hat with the sunglasses. I think he used to be called the blind sheik. That's what we used to call him in New York.
Really?
I'm not kidding you. Like every headline was the blind sheik. That's why he had the sunglasses. And I was very annoyed because he was in this local courthouse, the same one where Jeffrey Epstein offed himself or got killed or escaped. We still don't know.
Nobody knows. Still a
But
mystery.
they had to reroute my bus.
Yeah.
So there I was taking the same bus to high school my whole life, going to college my whole life. And because of that dumbass, they had to reroute my whole bus because they were afraid of a terrorist attack happening to get the guy out of prison.
Oh,
seriously.
to get Al-Qaeda out.
So like it made life very inconvenient for anybody living in Manhattan.
Right.
You know, like that was the one good thing about growing up on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. It was pretty much a ghetto, let's be honest. Now it's more gentrified. But at least the plus side was a convenience.
Yeah.
But now because of the blind sheik, I think I was more mad at him about the inconvenience than I was about the Trade Center. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not kidding
And because of that, they had to go to the air.
What, only a billionaire is allowed to be selfish?
I said because of the blind sheik, they decided they had to go to the air instead of the ground. And
that's horrible.
And that's how they took the tower down. It was through the air. They were like, "Fuck!" They rerouted everything. We got to go to the ground. We got to go to the air now.
That guy that they elected was one of those people partying in the streets.
Yeah.
Right? Like right after the second attack that was successful in 2001.
Oh, he was
10 years later.
10 years later.
10 years later. I didn't even think of that.
No.
Oh, yeah, 1993, 2001. It's not 10 years. Sorry.
Six and change?
I was just thinking about my bad math at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
This is why I don't think
you had to take that math test. Yeah, you had to take a math test earlier today. First time in years. years, coach.
That math section
Yeah.
of it. And it was like
You didn't use a
basic.
calculator,
You know,
like-
it was from helping all those years with investigations.
Oh, that's what it was.
I think that's what happened.
Investigations threw you off. Shout out Department of Education right there. Investigations, math,
But
changed everything.
So these are your choices.
Yeah.
Right? Like honestly, like this is where we're at.
It's really bad.
I wonder why people are feeling so depressed. I wonder.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
then it doesn't end here.
Right.
It doesn't end here. Let's go to video number 8.
All right, let's go to video number 8.
Thomas Massey and I are teaming up again to remove Section 224 from our defense bill. Section 224 is a first step in integrating our military with Israel's military. I'm a senior member of the Armed Services Committee, and I will be introducing an amendment to remove Section 224. Basically, the establishment has figured out that direct aid to Israel is unpopular, so they want to do an end run around the foreign sales process. The foreign sales at least requires a commitment to upholding human rights. Under this section, you would have a fusion of the United States and Israel military, so there's no human rights test and no vote on aid. We need to strip Section 224.
Unbelievable, coach.
It's disgusting. So they're gonna have access to all our top secrets.
Yep.
Anything that we develop. It's like we're merging. It's like we're in a marriage.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We're in a marriage.
It's like Trump is Ivanka and Israel is Jared Kushner. Right? Is that like
It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's some kind of marriage, right?
Well,
And
it can't
it's
be
an
a Jew.
abusive marriage.
It can't be a Jewish marriage though, because technically the woman's not the Jew.
Listen, it's going to be an abusive marriage. Let's go to
True.
video number 9.
True, right there.
I understand we are fighting an age-old hatred against us, but that doesn't mean we should let our enemies define us. We have a voice. We are not powerless. We have billions of dollars as well, but none of it is going where it should go, to attack our enemies. The Jewish state is facing rockets of disinformation every minute of every day. There is no less a campaign to destroy the country. And it's coming from TikTok. It's coming from mainstream media, from the BBC, from CNN. It's coming from each posting, each headline, each fake photo of a starving child in Gaza. And these lies are no less dangerous than Israel should use its excellent intelligence services in this fight. The Mossad and Shin Bet are second to none, and they must know where these lies are coming from.
He's essentially saying, anybody who says something bad about Israel, kill them.
Out.
Kill them. Oh my
Get
gosh,
rid of them.
I hope that a
You're
bomb
out.
doesn't come over here on this building, because that's what they're doing in Lebanon. I literally saw them just blowing up a hospital today, and they were like, well, you know what? We think that maybe there was one person from Hezbollah in there, so we needed to blow up the whole hospital, okay?
Right. We had to kill everybody inside just because we think that maybe one of them was a terrorist.
So, you know what? Who's to say one day that's going to happen in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Right? One day they're going to say, I'm sorry, but it could happen in Congress. That guy gets elected.
Right.
He shows up to Congress. He badmouths Israel. And you know what? We got to blow up the whole Congress, the whole building,
The whole
because
building.
you had one guy who was elected with, what's the other one? Ileana Omar? What the hell is going on in this country?
Coach, I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you.
What is that?
Nobody has any idea. Nobody knows what's going on in this country. It is being so poorly ran, and the people are just so all over the place. You have no idea what's going on. All you can really do is just pray and watch the Knicks.
Well, you know what he's going to say? We'll show that video, and it's him saying it, and he's going to say they're spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
They're spreading misinformation.
Right.
It's him talking and saying that they need to sick Mossad on people,
Mhm.
but us saying that
It's
is
misinformation. Right.
And that's what they did during COVID.
Yeah.
Anything you said, oh, if you can go drive in your car, but by 9 o'clock you have to be off the road. Why? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, right. COVID only came out at night.
Listen.
That's why.
You're spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
Right? You couldn't even say the most basic common sense thing.
Right.
And the problem is that because of the podcast, because of the internet, and because of this handy dandy phone. People can now in real time record things and tape things and see what's going on.
Well,
And
real-time
they can't
news is
control
real.
all the information, and that's what's making them so crazy.
I think you're 100% right. The civilian journalism has changed the game completely, where people are able to get that information out so quickly and so fast, and have the video evidence that, that wasn't the case, years ago. So now, like, people could just take videos and be like, oh, look what's going on right here.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And he's pissed because his billions can't buy him everything.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, we have the money. What are
Right.
we doing? And it's like, sorry, you can't control everything.
Yep.
Go see if Jared will let you move into his island.
Go ask him.
This morning, I see this clip. Your buoy, number 11.
Let's go clip 11 here.
When they get hit, there would be no Israel. Tell you what, if there wasn't me, there would be no Israel right now. And it started off as when I terminated the horrible Barack Hussein Obama, the Iran nuclear deal.
If there was no Trump,
This man is insane.
there'd be no Israel.
This man is insane. He's the biggest narcissist.
Yeah.
He really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly cannot believe that this is where we are a month before the 250th birthday.
It's
of our
unbelievable,
nation.
isn't it? It's unbelievable.
It's crazy because remember, he was going to stop the Russian war.
Yeah.
He was going to stop the war in Russia, Ukraine.
Yep.
That was coming to an end. So
Huge.
let's see what happened.
That was big. That was a big
Video
promise.
number 12, your buoy.
Just one more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for, freed from desire. Mind and senses purified, freed from desire. Mind and senses purified, freed from desire. Mind and senses purified, freed from desire. Na 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 na
But at least you can dance while Rome is burning. Isn't that what they did?
It must be a Ukrainian news network
That they were celebrating?
playing the party town music there on the attack.
Listen, that is like the World Economic Forum for Putin
Yeah, that was a huge,
in St.
huge
Petersburg,
econ
and they
meeting.
humiliated that man.
They did.
They totally humiliated him. They're dying for nuclear war. That's why they're developing islands. That's why they're developing boats that could just go float around in the sea. Wake up, people. Wake up.
Yeah. Yeah, Putin's going to get frustrated quick. He's going to get frustrated quick. The feeling is worse than the Carter years, Scott Villa says.
Listen, the 70s were the happiest time of my life. I have to be honest with you.
Wow.
It was the happiest time. And I'll never forget, I was 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It was Christmas.
Yep.
And my mother was sitting on the couch, and my father had his head in my mother's lap. And my sister's sitting on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor. And this was a dump apartment on Flushing Avenue in Brooklyn, okay? It's right after the riots. Like, it's bad. I was never happy in my life. When I lived in Brooklyn, we may have been poor, but we were rich because my family was so close. Everybody, like I remember my Aunt Sonia would come over with my Aunt Helen after, and my Aunt Charlotte was in Brooklyn, Uncle Ronnie was in Brooklyn, Aunt Carmen was in Staten Island, but it was still pretty close. My grandparents were in Brooklyn. We were all together in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And there was so much love. And I remember that day, it was overcast, and I said, this is the happiest moment of your life. So you know what that means? The happiness is still here. We just have to find the joy in suffering.
Yeah.
Seriously, we cannot let these people ruin our joy. We can't.
Well, it's funny enough you say that because Pope Leo, your favorite pope in the whole wide world, he came out and said that the best thing to unify the people is sports. And what is coming up actually beginning, I think, next Sunday is the World Cup for soccer, hosted here in the United States. And Pope Leo said we're going to have a special blessing for the World Cup, and he's trying to use it as an opportunity to create, inclusion and unify the world around the sport. So we'll see what happens. The World Cup is an exciting time. A lot of countries in the world get excited. The U.S. doesn't really get too excited because we suck. But I think we'll have to see what happens and see if people take this opportunity to come together. But speaking of the World Cup, it's actually. Oh, you want to show it? All right, let's show
Pope Leo. I love Pope Leo.
Let's show Pope Leo.
Number 5, you buoy.
times of war and extreme polarization, sport is one of the few things that bring us closer together. Let us pray this June that sport may be an instrument of peace, encounter, and dialogue among cultures and nations, and that it may promote values such as respect, solidarity, and personal growth. Join our prayer through online audio or video today.
And let me tell you something else that was going on in the 1970s.
What?
The Yankees were always in the World Series.
In the 70s.
And I was a little girl, and I'd be there, Reggie, 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 because I love Reggie Jackson so much. And I'd be there with my little pennant, Reggie, Reggie. And my grandmother couldn't stop laughing. I would sit there like the whole game, Reggie. I love Reggie Jackson so much. That was one of the happiest times of my whole life were the 1970s. And we may have been poor.
Yeah.
We were not rich, but you know what we were rich with? Love and family. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
Love and family. And it's not about having islands that you and your husband could jump off and go and say, Judgy, buy me an island. It's not about living on an 80,000 square foot boat for the rest of your life. Being with the people you love is so precious and so valuable.
Yeah.
It really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I mean, and my father used to always say, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. So
It's
how do you
how
think
you
the
play
Knicks
the
are going to
game.
play?
Knicks are going to play great. Knicks are going to play great. Down at the end of the first quarter, but no big deal. No big deal. The Knicks, game one last series against the Cavs, they went on a 44-11 run at the end of the game and won. So, not worried. Knicks
So
in
you
5.
think the Knicks are going to win? What's the score now?
It's 1927 end of the first quarter. So they're down 8. They're down 9, right? 9, 8.
You see, you would have had trouble with my math test too.
9. They're down 9. Quick math
And you had like only a few seconds, like they were like quick, like they wanted quick, like you didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, they wanted you to do the quick math in your head. Yeah, I got Dog Matty here. He's talking so much shit. He's in my ear right now, letting me know that the Spurs are going to sweep the Knicks because he's a Boston loser. But anyway, I'm excited. I think that Pope Leo is right. That sports is a great way for the country to come together, and not only our country but other countries around the world to come together. And I think the World Cup could be exciting in terms of bringing everybody back to reality and supporting this country. I think it's coming at the right time, right before the 250th anniversary. So we'll see what happens. I think the U.S. is going to get shit on, but it is what it is.
Listen,
but think about it. Everybody got excited when the U.S. won the gold medal in hockey. There was some patriotism life.
Well,
until then they had to
that lasted
then they had
all
to
of
ruin
5
it.
minutes, and they talked to Trump.
Yeah,
Then they talked to Donald Trump, and it went back in the toilet.
for some.
Well,
Not all.
Just for some. But
Just
it's
for
just,
some.
listen,
Cry it out.
I feel like, you know what? Let's show this video.
What do you feel
Number
like, Coach?
10.
Let's show
Number
this.
10. You
We're
know,
gonna
this
show
is my
this video.
favorite topic.
If you're a targeted individual, you need to watch out. Don't say anything. No one can help you.
We're pretty good at producing weapons.
It just sounded like having a cell phone call with somebody, but it's directly in your head. They claim to be Mossad adjacent.
Did you have cell phones? You're holding a piece of Israel right there.
I believe Israel are behind the targeted individual torture program and Havana syndrome, using backdoors and communications components they produce to torture people into homelessness, suicide, and worse.
To get somebody to blow up a bus full of children, you have to grind it into their minds. You have to wash their brains.
A Kentucky man is accused of murdering his neighbor.
911. Hey, I just shot at him, bro. I've been tortured for 5 years now.
He claimed after an argument at a Virginia airport, an unidentified person had sent 3 people to follow him and to keep him awake by talking to him and sending vibrations to his body through a microwave machine.
You can think of the darkest things that you could say to somebody, something that you would never say to somebody. Those are the sorts of things that it uses to destroy you.
What we're talking about with targeted individuals, hearing voices, God speaking to me?
She tried to convince me that she was a satanic high priestess.
If you're thinking a certain way, it's going to manifest as pain. So are you going to think like that again?
Well,
what do you think, Coach?
This is what I think. I think
MK Ultra.
that I've been talking about MK Ultra because I saw it in Connecticut during COVID. People did not have an independent thought anymore. They were all like sheep. And I remember when I was young, they had a movie called The Stepford Wives where all the wives were brainwashed.
Right.
And during COVID, it was like a mass psychosis with
Yeah.
so many people. Like, there was just like, you must do this, you hate open. Like, they had all their talking points down. They had no independent thought at all. And what I think is because people are not going to church and praying. If you go to church and you start exercising your pineal gland and you pray and you develop a relationship with God and the Holy Spirit, you know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
That MK Ultra is not going to work on you. They need you to be devoid of spirituality. And St. Peter and the apostles said, we must obey God rather than men.
Yes.
And for a long time, we have been slowly trained into obeying men and not doing what is right and just in front of the Lord.
Yeah.
Seriously, it has been going on for a long time and we've been trained. So what we need to do is break the cycle, watch, smile. Don't you know God loves you? Pray every morning. Go to daily mass, get communion. The communion will put you in communion with Jesus.
How about that?
And what we also need to do is start loving each other again. I can't tell you how many people, I won't say a nasty word to them, and they tell me off on the internet so bad because I won't be nasty to them.
Yeah.
I had somebody tell me that I was a big fat ass, but I had a flat ass.
Wow.
Can you believe that? I was
Live on the air.
It had nothing to do with what we were discussing, but they were so angry and so blinded. And they were like, I have to hate you. I have to hate you. I have to hate you. I don't want to hate anybody because you know what the truth is? We have a lot more in common than we have that's different. And we need to break the spell and start loving each other. But the only way it's going to work is if everybody starts going to church and starts praying and starts working that pineal gland, start exercising it. You know, everybody wants to be vanity, 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 but sometimes you got to work the stuff that's inside here too. You should see I look horrible in the podcast in the morning. Don't judge me because it's very early and I'm running off to church after, but I'd rather pray and look bad on screen than, you know, look good and start it in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think... I think that's a good point. I think, I hope that is the right answer. I think a lot of people, it's going to be tough because not everybody thinks the same way or can, I guess, look at things the same way. So some people take things, more serious than others. So it's tough.
Listen, it's the truth. Even the CIA admitted last week. And by the way, I made a mistake with the story. Apparently the woman who had the out-of-body experience, that the CIA came out and said it's true that people can have out-of-body experiences and it scares them, was Papi Vidal's cousin. So that was actually a relative who did the out-of-body experience. And the other thing that she said is that Pop had a Congo protecting him, which was like an African guardian angel. Because, like Pop's ancestors, one of them came from Africa. So he had a Congo protecting him in Africa. And that was, so my sister called me to remind me to adjust those facts. But the whole point is that the CIA, because there is a supernatural world.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're devil worshiping? Why do you think in the Bible it even says they sacrifice their sons and daughters to demons? Because they're sick people. But what we could do is sacrifice ourselves, be selfless, and pray, and do the right thing, and love our neighbors.
Yeah.
And guess who wins in the end? Jesus. It's the truth.
Yep. No, that is true.
So the electromagnetic weapons do exist. They're real, and people are being brainwashed. And what you need to do is get discernment, start praying, start exercising that part of your brain, and stop listening to the lies. And when they say it's disinformation, that's when you know they're lying. I'm sorry.
That's the given sign?
Yeah.
That's the given sign.
The
when
minute
it's- when
somebody's like
it's
disinformation, I'm like, lie.
lies.
Lie.
Out.
Yeah.
Fair enough, Coach. Fair enough. And sorry, I got distracted for a second. I want to point out, because I want to make this very clear to everybody watching the show, that I don't think that the president's joke about having to invite the women's team back with USA Hockey was okay. I'm not a supporter of that joke, but I'm just saying that it's not a reason to completely hate the men's team and take away the gold medal and say that, oh, the U.S. should have lost the gold medal and hate the team forever and hate hockey because the president made a joke. I'm just putting that out there for those who need to hear it.
That's another situation. Why be divided over something so stupid?
No, they love that divide.
No,
They
can't.
love that divide.
Like, you gotta start
I'm
letting
world's
things go.
worst person because I support the U.S. men's hockey team. I honestly, that's a straight fact. And it's just like, obviously, I don't think the joke was funny, but because I still support the team and think that, yeah, I'm happy that they won the gold medal and I'm all about it, and I didn't let that ruin the experience, I'm the world's worst person.
You know what
so I just had to
happened?
throw it out there.
You guys, when I was growing up, people used to tell jokes all the time, and you really can't take things seriously. And humor, like, kind of softens us up to really love each other and laugh at ourselves. But you guys were raised in that era where it's like, you don't want to offend anyone. You don't want to offend anyone. And it's like, you know what? Be offended. Be offended. Who cares? Like, just be offended or laugh it off. Don't take life so seriously.
I am not supportive of the offensive joke. I'm just a supporter of the team. That is what I'm a supporter of. Just like I'm a supporter of the Knicks, I'm a supporter of the U.S. hockey team that won the gold for the first time in 40 years. That's what I'm a supporter of. I'm just making that abundantly clear so that there's no mistake made on the show.
So I have to say I was shocked today. I'm driving, and, you know, it's a woman with 1 million bumper stickers on her car.
Yes.
So I had to take a picture of it, and it says, do something with your life that will make a mediocre white man angry. That's what the bumper sticker on the car said.
Wow.
And I'm like, you know, that's not nice. That's not nice. Like, why do you have to drive around your car?
That's probably the same person that has a coexist sticker on their car.
I think, and then she said,
honestly, it's probably the same person that has coexist is make a white man mad. It's probably the same human being.
And she also had one that said you cannot be illegal on stolen land.
Yeah.
That was another
I love
bumper
that one.
sticker.
That's a good one. That's a good. I like that.
And I'm like,
I like that.
just
I'm gonna
mean.
get shit for that too.
Like,
for talking about that.
Why would you ever want to make somebody angry?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if that's your goal in life, that's sad.
I agree.
And I honestly felt sorry for the woman. I felt sorry for her because instead of her thinking, do something in your life and maybe find a man that you can marry and raise a family with and leave a legacy and make the world better than when you found it, her goal is make a mediocre white man angry. And I just thought that was really sad.
Yeah.
And I said, this is...
Well, we'll have to send her a coexist sticker.
Well, you know what? That's somebody who has been brainwashed and indoctrinated, and that's the problem with our country right now. And what we should be doing is loving each other. Love each other. And this was a song. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together and try to love one another right now. And that's how it was in the 60s.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to get back to.
We got to get back to it. Are we going to turn the ball over every time? I swear to God, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it on the board. The Knicks are down 3, and we've turned the ball over 3 times going down the court.
All right, I guess we should be ending the show
this is
now.
unbelievable. Like, what is going on right now?
I need you on my show to say, follow on here, follow on there, because I don't do any of that
You
stuff.
got to do it. You got to do it. It gets the people going.
All right.
You got to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. We actually had a little bit longer of a show. Actually, we started at 7:15 and it's 8:30. So we've had a little bit of a longer show. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys who have watched with us and hung out tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys are following us on all of our social media platforms. You'll see it right down below here. Follow us on X, Instagram. We got TikTok. Make sure you follow us on all of our platforms. Right. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you guys hit that follow button. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure before you go hit that like like button, hit that subscribe button before you turn us off here tonight. If you're watching on the YouTube, thank you guys for make sure you guys are sharing, share, get it out there, and enjoy the rest of your week. It's going to be a good weekend. I can feel it. No show next week, right? I'm heading to Nashville next Wednesday, so I will not be available to do the show. I'm going to be in Nashville doing a hockey tournament again, so I will see you guys in 2 weeks.
And I'll be babysitting.
You'll be babysitting the girl.
That 6-week-old puppy.
Well,
7-week-old.
mom will come help.
Okay.
If she's not still mad at me. She could still be mad at me by the end of the show.
I would love the mom, too, to, like, cook dinner.
Throwing it out there, the chef. You know, shout out to Zoe, because she got a great compliment from the person that owns her restaurant that she works at. And she made a new menu item that was fantastic. It was so good. It was probably the best, one of the best dishes I've ever had. That it was so good. She made a fresh salteras. It's like right next to Global Grill on Powell Fox Street. Like Urban Swinery used to be there, and I forget what the other restaurant was behind it. But she made a dish the other night. It was like a play on nachos. Like she made like a nacho, and it was the best nacho I've ever had in my whole life. And I'm a nacho lover. I'm a connoisseur, and it was by far the best dish I've ever.
Oh, well,
it was
that and I love that.
Unbelievable. It was so good. Good luck babysitting. It's a challenge. Shout out Scott Villa, who's battling that right now. So, so Zoe's doing a great job at her job. So we'll have to talk to her. Maybe she can whip something up.
Stop by.
We'll see. I'm in the doghouse right now. What happened? Mitch Robinson, Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch with the broken pinky. With the broken pinky, Mitch Robinson. Okay, guys. Well, that'll do it. Make sure you guys tune into the Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Hopefully, when we come back, we're celebrating, a championship. Cross our fingers. But we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Oh, and make sure to tune into our show tomorrow morning.
Smile.
Don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning on her show. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you for everybody.